Whereas Russia's up here. Russia's good in math. Russia's very good performance in math. And here you can see Indonesia, unfortunately Thailand and countries Malaysia here. It's very interesting, better economy, you have better achievement, but Asia is really doing relatively its income level, it's doing good also in quality. So that's one way of showing this. Now, what I would like to show you is this. Now, there's one thing I forget to put. Do I have time to show one more thing? I'll do that. I'll do it in the following way. On our website, we also have a downloadable version of this Gapminder World. The software actually was sold to Google, not Gapminder. We are a foundation, independent foundation that provide free. So Google paid the foundation, not us privately. That's why we can operate the free website now. And on our software, we have done a desktop version, which you can download here. It's called the Gapminder Desktop. You open it like this, you open Gapminder World there, and you can have, we have some list of graphs, which we have preset here. It's 600 indicators, and you can look at global trends and 200 years that changed the world, is what I want to show you. Where I just actually put, I wanted to put the time here, time on that axis. And then I put, for advanced users, I take the economic, income data, projections. You see, this is why it's not so much used. We put too much stuff in. 600 indicators, it becomes too confusing. We are now working on a much more simple thing, but this is projections. And I want to show it from the year 1800 into the future, so I have to expand this in this way. Often the students know how to do this from the computer games, so they are quite quick in learning. But they don't understand the content. So that's our problem, that the students know how to operate the software, but not how to interpret the results. And the teachers, it's the other way around. So here 1800, you see now it's very simple, it's 1800, 1900, 2000 into the future. And here it is $400, $4,000, $40,000, poor and rich, 1800, richest in the world, United Kingdom. And we will take, in my final, I have United States, I have China, of course, I have India, and I will take Japan. Japan is there. I would like to take Tanzania. Tanzania is there, and I'll take Sweden. Sweden is there. We take away the rest. This is the final. In 1800, richest here, second was there, China, Sweden was just a little, Japan was quite similar, India was there. No, I have Korea also, South Korea, I should have South Korea, South, where are they now? Is it on R, Republic of Korea? No. Is it on South Korea? There it is. So, what happened? What happened in the world? How did these countries progress? Let me show you. First, as time went on here, UK got richer and richer, you know. They were still trading with slaves here, as was the United States, you know. And United States tried to catch up. There's Sweden. Can you see Sweden taking off? Sweden taking off. But not so much now. Japan is following Sweden. Japan and Sweden. This is very interesting. Can you see Sweden and Japan are closer together than these two? That's why all my ancestors emigrated from here to the United States. It makes sense, doesn't it? They got a better economic opportunity. And China, India, South Korea, the other countries were dominated. They didn't progress, but these countries progressed. And then 1900, United States became richest in the world, you know, and Sweden tried to catch up, Sweden made it there after the Second World War. Sweden catched up, much later. And then Japan, can you see Japan coming there? The Toyota is catching up with the Volvo there. And now South Korea. South Korea is the Hyundai is coming here very strongly. And the Hyundai, there I sold my Toyota and bought the Hyundai. And look at China, look at India, look at Tanzania. It's quite interesting that if you put it on logarithmic scale, you can see what happens. If I would put this on linear, you say, oh, in Tanzania nothing happened. 5% economic growth, 7%, 8%. When will China have the same income per person as people have in the United Kingdom? It's very easy, I have a stick. Yeah, somewhere here. 2048 in the summer, about 27th of July. It is my 100th birthday. And with that, my message is, it may happen in my lifetime. You see, we are not prepared for this. We're not prepared for these tremendous changes that are happening. And I was at this investment conference and I had lunch with the 3 lecturers from China, and they said China's future depends on solving these challenges. We need to have a better representation system of people of solving conflict, some sort of voting and democracy. It will probably come from below and we don't know how it will change, but gradually it will come, they said. We need to solve the energy crisis and we are really scared of global change and we must avoid war by all means. In the evening, I had dinner with the European lecturers, and they said, oh, China will fail. Either they'll fail due to the lack of democracy, they will have the energy crisis, or they will get into war. So it was the same challenges that were identified, whereas the Chinese were completely aware of them and were seeing the different options to solving them. This is what we will see. But you see, no one overtakes these countries up here. It's a very strange attitude. As soon as I show this in UK or America, they say, oh, they'll overtake us. How shall we do? How shall we stop it? They actually say so. How shall we stop it? Because they said, no one overtakes this. As soon as you're up here, you have to grow these enormous institutions, you have to have research and development, you have to have a legal system, you have to have all these things, and that's costly, and then you get the geriatrics that have to take care of the old people. So they catch up. First US catched up, then Sweden catched up, then Japan, then South Korea, then China, then the rest of the world, and they will all be up there. Enormous challenge for the climate. And we sometimes have to start to take serious about energy investment. The United States use $2.2 billion a year from their federal budget for green energy. And they use about $250 billion for agricultural subsidy. That ain't serious. That's not serious. It's very interesting that the democratic countries in West Europe and North America are unable to plan long into the future. They are very, very short-sighted. So I have very much difficulties to see how that will work. How will we understand that the world will be a joint world in the future? Well, this is the graph. You can download it free from Gapminder. We have a Creative Commons license. By means you are free to photocopy this, you are even free to sell it. It's a poster for our website, gapminder.org, where you can be. The countries of the world, money this way, health this way. If you want to divide them and you don't want to talk about the world, you can talk about high-income countries, middle-income countries, and low-income countries. That's quite effective. And I will end this lecture by honoring the American president. This is not so often. Swedes are rude, but they don't do this. But I would like to honor the American president. And it's not the present one, it's the past one. It's George W. Bush. Yeah, you always laugh when I say that. Because there's one thing I like with politicians. There are some politicians, you know, who set out to do something like Gandhi, I will create an independent India, I will join, and he achieved it. That's great, that's fantastic. But there's another type of politicians, like de Klerk, who were running apartheid in South Africa. He said, oh no, this doesn't work. We have to go another way. Or Gorbachev was running the communists and said, oh no, this doesn't work, we turn around. I think those are great politicians. They have the idea, they're going and they see this is going the wrong way. Bush did something like that in 2008. Greenspan had shot him in the foot, you know, and he had ruined the economy, he needed tax money, he went for the pocket, it was absolutely empty. He had no money when he really badly needed it. He had borrowed already from China during the good years. So he had a headache. You can see his problem. He has a headache. This headache is called Lehman headache. It's a very serious headache. So what do? You have no money, you need money, you ask your friends. You ask the G7, that was his friends, you know? And they ask him, do you have some money? You can see the Japanese guy say, no, 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 no. We are worse off than you. We have borrowed even more. So what do? You don't have money, your friends doesn't have money. You have to get new friends. So he phoned the Australian Kevin Rudd. He phoned Kevin Rudd, says the history. The book is not written yet. And he asked Kevin Rudd, does Australia have some money? No, 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 Kevin Rudd said, we have no money. You have to invite China, Saudi Arabia, Brazil, you have to invite the G20. What's G20? Bush said. G20 is that group that Sarkozy started so that France always should be part of the leading group. Sarkozy foresaw that this wouldn't work in the future for France, you know? Quite visionary. And Bush followed the advice of Kevin Rudd, so it says. We don't know exactly how this was. And on the 15th of November 2008, the leaders of the world, the real world, not the Western world, the world, they met here. And this is the end of the Second World War and the start of the new G20 world. And they stand there, and can you see Bush how happy he is? He's really happy here. And he's standing here in the middle, and who's next to him? When you have these photo opportunities, I know I have friends in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, there's an enormous diplomacy who's going to stand where on the photo. You know? Even before they come, this is decided. And you can see that the stage thing with Bush, he's sort of leaning. Can you see that? He's leaning to Lula da Silva, a Latino socialist trade union leader. It's very rare for a Republican president to shake shoulders with a trade union leader, you know? But he's doing that, you know. And after all, he says this guy was elected. He ran, I think he ran for election. But it's not so clever because it's Jin Tao here and Abdullah, they have much more money. But today, every citizen in Brazil, and there are many, they lend $1,000 to the United States of America. So they've stopped talking about Banana Republic. No? It's interesting that the Brazilians are lending money to the Americans, which have a budget deficit. Not to mention how much the Chinese and the Saudis are lending. So these are the friends. And who is behind him? Is Erdogan? Now, a great Muslim leader from Turkey that is managing Turkey in a very successful way, in spite of all problems, but he's managing there. Singh is here, you know, and Sarkozy, he's, how come I ended up between a Muslim and a Buddhist? They are not used to this. Joke apart, I'm really serious when I honor the leaders for this meeting. I'm really serious. I'm not making a joke about Bush. He did the right thing. He did the right thing. It was called a lame duck, but he did this, and probably this meeting was important. There was an interview with Lula when he came back, and he said, this was a new thing, he said. We used to blame the Yankees and the British for everything that was wrong in the world. Now they ask us for help. And they really need it. They really explained to us that they needed our help. Now we have to manage the world together. We also have to take responsibility of the world. And perhaps that is the most crucial thing now, is that the former West realize that they need help. But that's very easy when you get broke. When you don't have money, you need to lend money, you understand. The people don't understand, but the leaders understand. But these leaders also must understand that they must take part in a fair and good management of the world. And if that can come together. So I'm really happy about this meeting, and I think it's very representative. The half man here, which is cut into Dominique Strauss-Kahn, he's outside from INS. Oh no, he can be seen here on mine. What is it? This is not fair. Okay, there he is. It was just the projector that cut him out completely. So Sweden cut half and Singapore cut the rest. So anyhow, there they were. And this is a close-up of Bush leaning to Lula. Gapminder tried to help. We are very interested in collaborating with you in the future. We're going to provide free teaching materials, and we would like to have feedbacks and severe criticism. And we would like to hear the relevance, especially for you who are Asian teachers and you are teaching with this, if it's useful, if it conveys, because we are going not to make full lessons, but short pieces that can be useful to integrate in what you are doing. And remember, we picked the name from London Underground. They say, mind the gap. That was a good idea, we thought. And you know, you must upgrade your worldview, and it's not too difficult. Bush did it, and you can do it.